where I'm from, this is where it started. This is what becomes of the broken-hearted. This is going out to those departed from a life so young.
Bonjour. Niemand Nishnaabemdaa Noongo. Miigwech gonna wab de meg. Squonk with indigenous cause. Makwa ndodem. Ma wasoxing don jaba. Miigwech meanwhile gonna wab de meg. Manda wabinda wewen. Meanwhile dash nui jagana shim. I'm gonna speak English again. As I said last week or the week before, I'm gonna be using English a fair bit in the next little while to talk about some basic grammar stuff. Today we'll talk about making a negative statement, a negative sentence. And what do we call that? Negation, negative, negation. And like last week, I did a little chart to show you how some of that verb conjugation works with tenses. And it's kind of similar with negation. So, that being said, to make a negative statement with a VAI verb, these are the simple verbs that we've been working with because they're a bit easier. When you talk about different verbs, it gets a little complicated. We won't worry about that for now. Anyway, so this is how you say he or she doesn't do something, or I don't do something, or blah, blah, blah. And what you do is you take the verb here, and you say going. Oops. I don't know why I even write, because my writing's so messy, and you probably can't see it anyway. And I write it here anyway. Anyways, going, then the verb, and then add C on the end. So, for example, jibakwe means he or she is cooking, or he or she cooks. If you say going jibakwe si, that means he or she is not cooking. Easy as that. Going jibakwe si. Put any verb in there, any VAI verb, and that's how you say he or she is not doing whatever. Now, so for me, if I want to say I'm not cooking, I would say going njibakwe si. Njibakwe si. That's so small you can't see that. Anyways, that's the basic formula. Going, the verb, then si. But just to make it clearer, so going, verbs over here, and then si goes here, and the personal prefix goes here. And we talked about these last week and the week before. So that's like the ne on the front for me, or the ge on the front for you. Going gajibakwe si, you are not cooking. But as you know, there's also personal suffix. For example, when we're talking about when we are doing something. We but not you. Going njibakwe si min. So that personal suffix goes on the end. So, just to give an example, going, ne, jibakwe, the verb, jibakwe, si, min. Going, jibakwe, si, min. That means we, but not you, are not cooking. If we want to include you, get here, as you know, going, jibakwe, si, min, we, but not you, are not cooking. I mean, we, including you, are cooking. Sorry, am I just, being confusing? I hope not. Write this down. I'll write it down here. If you got any questions, add it to the comments. If something wasn't clear, just fire away your questions or comments. If you think I'm a bad teacher, go ahead and let me know. Actually, I know I am. But, hey, here we are and you're watching. Miigwech. So that's the basic formula for making a negative statement. Going, then the verb, and then si on the end. The only place it gets tricky is with this personal suffix on the very end. So another example would be use. If yous are not cooking, as you remember, there's a M on the end for use. Ge, then the verb, then M for use. Gejiba quem, yous are cooking. Yous are not cooking. Gawin gejiba kwe sim. Gawin gejiba kwe sim. Yous are not cooking. So there you go. That's the basic pattern of how to make a negative statement. Oh, I should add that the tense, where the tense prefix goes, because as you know, as we learned last week, tenses like past tense, future tense, they fit in a certain place. It's all built around the verb. So with a negative statement, say gawin. Whoops. Doesn't matter if I make a spelling mistake there. You can't read it. And you can't read my writing anyway. So gawin, then the verb, and then see. But as you know, the tense prefix goes after the personal prefix. The personal prefix like the N for me. And then the tense prefix here. And then the other personal suffix. I think I might have wrote prefix when I wrote it earlier. Anyways, let's not worry about that. I'll fix it in post-production. I'll make a little note down here if I made a mistake. So don't go by what I wrote here, go by what I wrote down there, because that's probably right. So just for an example, so just to show you how this all fits together, what do we want to say here? Let's say we did not cook. We didn't cook. So as you know, for we, the we, but not you, there's a ne on the front of the verb, then a min. So past tense is gi, and the verb we're working with is jiba kwe, si for the negation. So gawin gi jiba kwe si min. We, but not you, did not cook. Gawin gi jiba kwe si min. Gawin gi jiba kwe si min. We did not cook. So you just follow the patterns that we learned before for conjugating. So if I want to say yous did not cook, gawin gi jiba kwe sim. Gawin gi jiba kwe sim. That doesn't even look like a B. Now, just a quick note, gi jiba kwe, gi. In where I come from, this ends up sounding like gi jiba kwe sim. Gawin gi jiba kwe sim. The g and the gi together come out sounding like just gi. In Odawa, this changes to ki. When you got the two G's together like that, going ki jiba kwe sim. Yous did not cook. But in other places like Northwestern Ontario and Minnesota, they fully pronounce all the short vowels. Around here, we don't. The Odawas don't. It's kind of makes things difficult when you're trying to, I don't know, explain these things, but whatever. That's the way it is. Out there, out in those dialects where they fully pronounce everything, they say, going gi jiba kwe sim. Going gi jiba kwe sim. Around here, sounds like going gi jiba kwe sim. Odawas say going ki jiba kwe sim. I think other places too. The two G's make a ki. Anyways, that all being said, just giving you the breakdown of how negation works in Nishnaabemdaa. Now, another thing we talked about on the radio show this past week were some preverbs. And there's many, many preverbs in Nishnaabemdaa. And they have many different functions. They work in many different ways. But a few of the ones we talked about are some descriptive ones that, just make a sentence more descriptive. One of them we talked about was be. Be. You put that on the front of a verb. So, for example, bija. And the be describes action towards the speaker. So, ja means he or she goes. When you say bija, it's talking about someone going in this direction, going in this way. So that's one that's used quite a bit. Bija, bid to go shin, to arrive here. So be, describing action towards the speaker. Conversely, there's ne. Ne describes action away from the speaker. So nija, she is leaving away from here. Ne describes action away from the speaker. Those two are very, very common. You hear them all the time in Nishnaabemdaa. And preverbs in general really is, you hear it a lot in Nishnaabemdaa. Speakers use them all the time to make things more descriptive. People always talk about how descriptive Nishnaabemdaa is. And this is just an example of that. All these tiny little word parts come together to make very descriptive sentences and speech. Another one we did was oh, and that means like to go out and do something. So I could say nuio gigo ke. I'm going to go out fishing. Gigo ke, as you know, means fishing. And if I say I'm going to fish, I'm going to fish, I would say nui gigo ke. Nui gigo ke. Nui gigo ke. Now, if I use the o preverb in there, if I say nui o gigo ke, that means I'm going to go out fishing. Makes it a little bit more descriptive. I'm going to go out and fish. Nui o gigo ke. So the sentence we did on Friday, I believe, was nui o gigo ke min. Nui o gigo ke min. That means we're going to go out fishing. Nui o gigo ke min. Just write that down. My writing is terrible. O gigo ke min. Nui o gigo ke min. We're going to go out fishing. So gigo ke, as you know, means he or she is fishing. If I say negigo ke min, without that there, it means we, but not you, are fishing. If I say nui gigo ke min, that means we, but not you, are gonna fish. And if I use that o preverb, it's nui o gigo ke min, we're gonna go out fishing. We, but not you, are gonna go out fishing. Nui o gigo ke min. Change it to G. That's inclusive. Gui o gigo ke min. We, including you, are gonna go out fishing. So those are just three. There's very, very many. They're used all the time. These are some things we got to learn how to use as learners to be able to speak and sound like a real Nishnaabemdaa speaker. So there you go. Just a couple notes on those. Just wanted to point that out. Practice using these in sentences, and yeah, go from there. Now, hey, migo yo, migo etchikana wabin the meg, Nishnaabemdaa Noongo minwa. Bama pig go wab minem. Peace. Ophelia.
It's going out to those departed from a life so young it was barely started. This is going out to the mamas crying 'cause the sun's gone home with the angels flying. No just reasons.
Nishnaabemdaa. Gego kadan. Gego kadan. Ow.
The ones who save us from the